What up YouTube? It's your boy Esaveo back again with another reaction video. Today we are going to be doing Jinjer Perennial live. I was actually going to do Arch Enemy Nemesis, which is another video that's been recommended by you guys quite a bit. But then I realized what day it was, and that on Friday I'm going to be seeing, I'm pretty hype if you can't tell, I'm going to be seeing Jinjer live. So I figured I should get some more Jinjer songs under my belt before I go. So this is what we're doing instead. The Nemesis video will be coming soon, but you know, for right now we're just gonna ride this Jinjer wave. I have reacted to 3 metal songs on my channel, and all 3 have been Jinjer, so they're great, bro. If you know anything about Jinjer, they're great, and if you don't, go watch my other Jinjer videos, cause they're great and you're missing out. I did the Pisces video that everybody does. It was recommended to me. I did it. I was shooketh, and then I did Teacher, because that's what everybody told me to do after the Pisces video, and that was great. And then I did their newest song, Judgment and Punishment, and great. So I don't expect this to be anything less than great. Based on the thumbnail, she's wearing some like gold jumpsuit, which I am not a fan of the color yellow or its shades. And in fact, this is the only yellow shirt I've ever owned. And so I broke it out for this video. It took me like 20 minutes to find it in the back of my closet. And yeah, so if you're wondering why I'm not wearing black, well, now you know. I'm matching with my bae because Tatiana is bae. This is a live version of Perennial. There's a video as well as a live version that I've been recommended. I'm doing the live version considering I'm going to be seeing them live, so figured I should see a live version of it, and everyone says that this version is amazing. So we will see. I expect them to be masterful as usual. Tatiana is a virtuoso as far as virtuosa. Is that a thing? I don't know. You get my point. She's a great singer, and their band are all great musicians. So I don't expect this to be anything other than great. I'm gonna give my reaction and my analysis depending on, you know, what the song calls for / video calls for. I tend to either lean more into like humor and like have more of a reaction. Sometimes it's more of like analysis and I'm breaking down the technical aspects. With Jinjer, it's usually more of a technical breakdown, so definitely make sure to stick around to the end because I try to put the meat and potatoes of everything at the end. So I'll see you then. Peace.
Dankeschön, Germany. Well, with the next song, we must say goodbye to you. But rather not goodbye, but see you next time.
They look exhausted. So even if she didn't say that this was the end of their set, I would have known already. Our one true king, Vlad, is sweating, like covered in sweat, breathing like he just ran a marathon, and Tatiana, the one true goddess we all serve, is completely out of breath. So I'm really interested to see if she sounds winded in this song, which she's human. That's okay. Stop acting like people who get tired therefore can't sing. Like that's, yeah, people freak me out all the time. I'll see compilations of, oh, this singer's worst live performance, and there's no context for the fact that that person just did an hour-and-a-half set, and yeah, they're going to be tired. That happens. Duh. Go sing something and tell me you're not tired afterwards. So I'm really interested to see, you know, how things go. If some of her notes, which are almost always perfect, I say almost always. I've never heard her hit a note that wasn't perfect, but you know, I'm sure it happens because again, she's human. But I'm interested to see if some of her notes start to fall flat, which is what happens a lot of times when singers are tired, when they're winded.
Autumn feels like funeral to me. The longest song of grief. And not for what has passed.
It does seem early though. I've never been to this music festival and I don't know too much about it, but it seems early, like in the day. If it's not early in the day, it's still bright. So I don't know. Maybe they're tired from jamming out so much during the set so far, but yeah, they don't look hype at all.
But for what shall last.
Except that guy.
Exhausted Nigel.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa there. That transition out of the intro into what I'm assuming is going to be the first verse was great. I don't know if you could hear on that. That's not what I was talking about earlier as far as breathiness being tired. Again, her notes are perfect because she's not human. I'm pretty sure when we break into, yes, because I'm going, Area 51, we're just going to find more copies of her because she's not human. She's not human at all. She doesn't sound tired or exhausted or anything when we know that she clearly is. But what you heard just now wasn't her losing the note. It was vibrato, which again is something that she does not have to put on the notes, but she puts on for extra emphasis, for extra style, for extra feeling, style points. But you don't hear singers sing with vibrato a lot because one, it's not easy to do. You're not born with vibrato. It's a technique that you have to learn and work at, and it takes skill. And if you are exhausted, or if you're sick, or if you just don't feel good, which again, these are these people's jobs, these things all happen to them while they're performing, just like it happens to you when you're doing whatever your job is. So a lot of singers don't do it in their live performances because it can go left really quickly. It's one of those things. It's like dunking in basketball. It's impressive when you do it and you pull it off, but if you don't, if you go up to dunk and you get blocked by the rim, or even worse, you don't even make it to the rim, you just look stupid. You should have done a layup. Why did you do all the extra stuff to make yourself look dumb? But again, she pulled it off. They have a little bit of delay on her vocals. If you can hear at the very end, I think she said something to the sky. The sky, you can hear the delay at the very, very end. did y'all see that? Or more specifically, did y'all hear that? That's our boy Eugene, who is a great bassist, by the way. Not enough people bring that up, but Eugene is basically playing lead, and that's not common for a bassist, like at all. He's essentially playing the lead melody while Roman, their lead guitarist, is playing the rhythm section, which is very different. Not a lot of one bassist can do that. To make it sound that great, like that's one of the best bass lines I've heard in a long time. Like that is beautiful. And again, not a lot of bassists want to do that. Fun fact, a lot of bassists are like super chill, low-key people. The bass is not something that gets you a lot of shine. It's not something that puts you at the forefront. So a lot of people who want that shine don't tend to play the bass. And so the bassist is not often out in the forefront like that. I mean, there's people who have done it before, like Claypool. McCartney used to do it a lot with the Beatles. Again, all you old heads who were actually alive for all of this stuff and didn't just hear it secondhand when you did eventually get born. If you like to correct me in the comment section, please do. I'm in college because I like to learn. So if you can instruct me or teach me more people who have done this or who do this often, please do. I love it. I only know so much, and I just try to share what I do know for the people who don't know. But yeah, that's not common at all. So they actually, as I've already pointed out, they have some delay on her vocals, and in that section, on the my biggest source of confusion is what I think she said, they actually have her vocals like doubled, or maybe more. And so they are, even though this is a live performance, they are still using some studio techniques on the performance, which just adds that extra layer to it. I haven't heard the studio version of this song yet, so I don't know if during that section she is doubled, if she's harmonizing with herself, whatever the case may be. But it sounds real good. Oh, one other thing. I don't know if they're gonna go back to him during this like slower chill section, but if you look at Vlad playing when he's playing the drums, his technique is flawless. Like let me put it that way. The Too Long Didn't Read version of this is his technique is amazing. A lot of times you see metal drummers when they're drumming, they're using energy on the up and downstroke of them drumming versus when you're like in drum school or if you're in band or if you just know drum teachers, a lot of times they teach you that that's a waste of energy and it's just doubling the amount of, I guess, wear and tear on your arms, on your wrist, on your joints, on your hands. Instead of using the natural, I guess, repercussion of when you hit a stick against any surface, it will naturally bounce back up because that's how energy works. I'm not a scientist, but I do know that. A lot of times you'll hear drummers who like their wrists click when they're just moving their wrist. That's not good. Your wrist is not supposed to do that. And if your wrist does do that and you are a drummer, you should go see two people. One, someone to fix your technique, and two, a doctor, because that's not good. Vlad he's just playing. I don't know if they have marching band in the Ukraine because I'm not from the Ukraine. But in marching band, a lot of times they teach you correct technique, and his technique is just This is on point. Nope, we're not dead, but they sure are. That crowd is horrible.
Just enjoying coma.
Her cleans. Oh my god. Bruh. Oh. Bruh, her stage presence is so great. What I really love about her, she's an entertainer. She's so much more than a singer. Another example of this is Beyonce, which, stay with me here. Don't go angry typing in the comment section and disliking the video yet. Let me finish. Both of them are both so technically sound, but they don't just stand there. Like, there are a lot of singers, like, say, an Adele, a Mariah Carey, a Whitney Houston, who they're great singers. And that's what they do. They stand on stage and they sing. And they make millions and millions of dollars, and millions of people show up to come see them because they don't have to do anything more. They're great. Both Beyonce and our queen Tatiana could do that, but they don't. They add to the experience, to the entertainment of the show. It's not just a sonic experience, it's a visual experience. During that section, she says something to the effect of, "Through the ashes I will rise," or "From the ashes I will rise," or something. And while doing that, she rises out of the ashes from the floor. Again, she does not have to do that. She would sound just as great, probably better, because fun fact, singing and moving are hard to do, but she would sound just as great just standing there singing. And we would all still love them and enjoy the heck out of their music. But she doesn't. She adds to the experience of what it is that we are seeing while listening to them. And it's great. Watching her is like a master class on stage presence.
Thank you so much, Wacken. Well, we've heard a lot of great things about you, but...
Do you hear how winded she is? Are you kidding me? For her to hit all of her notes perfectly like that and to be that exhausted and tired, that's impressive. That's impressive. Like, whether you like the song or not, you have to give it up for just how impressive that is.
It's about expectations, man. You're fucking amazing! And stay amazing. Thank you so much. And see you someday. Mwah.
Yeah. So, exactly like I said at the beginning, that was great. That song was amazing. I have to listen to the studio version before I can really give my opinion on that, but that was a great live performance. Like, you guys, you weren't lying. That was fantastic. I'm thoroughly impressed, to be honest. Like, that was, you heard her. She looked like she was about to pass out. She'd given her all. and Vlad was sweating. Roman and Eugene were both panting. They're putting their all into their performances, and to give such a stellar performance of a song at the end of their set, if it just started when the song started and we didn't see her or them before the song started, you never would have knew that that wasn't the first song of their set. They were completely in the groove the entire time, and I'm impressed. Like, I'm almost speechless. I expected to have a bunch to say at the end of this, and I don't. Now, some of you are gonna say that's because I talk so much during it. No, but for real, like, from top to bottom, it was great. It was really great. There was a huge middle section in there that I believe was a verse where they slowed things down a lot, and I really digged it. I thought it was great. I thought, as I said, the bass line that Eugene laid as the lead was fantastic. Vlad's drumming was great, and it wasn't excessive. It was exactly what it needed to be. Tatiana was masterful, and Roman, who I've talked about the least in this video, was great as well. Speaking of Roman, I guess I'll finish with this. I know that I talk a lot about Vlad, man, and I don't spend too much time on him, and that's not because he's not great, because he is really great. Like, he's such a great guitarist. But the difference is there are a lot of great guitarists, like a lot of great guitarists. Most big bands have great guitarists. The guitar is just the instrument that just attracts so much traffic that, of course, the greatest musicians seep to the top. It just makes sense. But that's not the case with, say, an instrument like the drums. There are not, in my opinion, a bunch of great drummers. They're just not. There's not a lot of people who play the drums for there to be 15,000 great drummers. That's just not the case. It's not cool. You're in the back. Like, nobody talks about the drummer. And so, as someone who, I don't consider myself a drummer because, you know, that takes a whole nother level of dedication. I can play the drums. I consider myself someone who hits drums, not necessarily a drummer, because there is a distinction. But yeah, I can play the drums. I've played the drums. I enjoy playing the drums. But he is a drummer. He is great. And there are not a lot of great drummers. In fact, most of your favorite bands, the weakest link of the band is the drummer. And Vlad is not that case for Jinjer. And so I go out of my way to point that out. But that doesn't mean that the rest of their members aren't great. Because, one, any person with ears, and even some without ears, a snake could hear that Tatiana is amazing. She is a once-in-a-generation talent. Like, duh. Of course people are going to point that out. Everybody loves the guitarist, and a band is nothing without a bassist. I mean, the bassist is the backbone of songs, of bands, of music. But great drummers are not that common. And so, Vlad being so great, I feel like warrants me spending a bunch of time talking about him. So if you dislike the fact that I talk about Vlad so much, suck it up or don't watch the videos, because I'm not gonna stop. Vlad is a beast. He's not doing what some people may call dramatics, but he's not a boring drummer. He's not a bad drummer in any way you look at it. I don't know how you could try to say he was a bad drummer, but yeah, he's not the average drummer, is what I guess I'm saying. And that's why I spend so much time talking about him versus talking about, say, someone like Roman, who is a great guitarist, but again, there are a bunch of great guitarists. If you disagree with me on the fact that Vlad is a great drummer, you're dumb and you're wrong, but tell me about it in the comment section down below if there's some other technical aspect about this performance that I did not catch or just didn't point out, edited out, whatever. Tell me about it in the comment section down below, or if you have any more recommendations of Jinjer songs, other metal bands, pop, jazz, classical, whatever. I listen to everything, so leave it down in the doodly-doo, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.